Hello, everyone, and welcome to another mini episode of Wining Away with Corey and Ray. I'm Ray, the wine guy, Mogenis, and to my left over here is my big sis, Corey.
Hi! Thank you for joining us again. In today's episode, we are going to talk a little bit about a Portuguese red wine. I'm going to switch it up today. This one that we have featured today, so that you can see it, Dona Maria Grande Reserva, Alentejo DOC, Vinho Tinto, which is red wine, 2013, from Portugal.
This is a 4-grape blend. It has Alicante Bouchette, 50%. It has 20% Petit Verdot, 20% Syrah, and then a grape that's very indicative to the area, Touriga Nacional, 10%.
14.5% alcohol.
Estate grown and bottled.
Very nice.
And why don't you explain to them how this one was prepared?
Well, what they do is, apparently it is put into marble lagares. What are lagares, you ask? So did I. So we looked it up and we found out that is a Portuguese word.
Do you remember that episode of Lucy when she helped make wine?
A large vessel, like a large vat.
Marble.
So they put them in marble vats, and then you got it right, they stop them with their feet. Yes, that is how they make this wine, because they feel that the best method of getting the best crush without crushing the seeds is by foot stomping. Now, they don't really do that anymore.
Even in 2013, they didn't really do that. So this is a unique method by today's winemaking standards.
And, a lot of intensive labor and a lot of work go into that. Let's try not to think about it. And apparently, if you don't crush the seeds, like if you do have seeds that are crushed or put into grapes, it gives it a bitter flavor.
Crushed seeds can cause a bitterness, and then you usually pick that up on the finish.
But this supposedly has a long, persistent, lingering finish. I'm not sure what that is, but I guess we'll find out.
Well, long, persistent.
Persistent. What is persistent?
Means
your feet and then persistent. I don't know. I don't like the choice.
You just can't get feet out of your head.
I'm trying.
Corey likes crushed seeds.
See, it's actually very good.
You say that like you're surprised.
I am. I was wondering if it was going to be drier for some reason, but it's not nearly as dry as I expected.
Well, it's 7 years old, so you definitely have a few years on this one. I opened it, an hour ago, so it's had a little chance to breathe. I think you get very strong, compact fruit flavors, like, boysenberry jam, like very, concentrated flavors. It's got a wonderful structure. It's got great mouthfeel. I think it's got a great finish. It doesn't have any bitterness at all, so I guess...
No, and there's nothing sour, nothing funky, like you might expect. There's really nothing that would put you off. It's delicious. It's not too heavy.
And you could see how this would be fantastic with a nice...
Now, after the vessels...
Portuguese sausage.
It does go into barrels for a period of time. Can you read that?
It goes into French oak for 1 year.
French oak for 1 year, so it does give it a little bit of that.
But French oak is much tighter than American oak, so it doesn't over manipulate the wine like American oak barrels do.
Now, price point.
I believe this hits the shelves anywhere from $40 to $45.
So it's a nice investment if you're looking for something different and you want to, spend a few bucks and have something. How long do you think you could probably sell or something like this? I mean, from 13 and we're in 20, right?
It's 7 years, so you're really in the sweet spot, 5 to 10. So if you bought a 2013, I wouldn't hold on to it too much longer. But you could, another year or two.
It's delicious. I like it. What would you pair this with?
Well, I was just picturing that Portuguese sausage that you get, like with the onions and the potatoes, and I think this would be so good with that. I like Portuguese sausage. What kind of Portuguese food do you get? Rabbit. Remember the rabbit stew that Dad would always get? This would be really...
I don't like that, but I do remember that.
But I'm saying this would be really good with that.
They have that fish stew also. Typically
might be a little heavy for the fish, but
skirt steak, Portuguese skirt steak. I mean,
yes,
with some grilled shrimp, or grilled octopus.
Yes,
delicious. Sounds good. Hard to find, you think? For people?
Dona Maria, I know, is a pretty well-known Portuguese brand. I've sold it in the past, not this particular bottle, but Dona Maria isn't too hard, especially if you go to an area like Newark, where there's a lot of Portuguese restaurants and liquor stores, and I would say you could probably pick up a Dona Maria around there.
And if you're not in New Jersey and you're watching this somewhere else, we found it very easily on Vivino. Just by looking it up, it came up, it popped up, so it's searchable. And they usually are able to tell you where you can buy it. If you say buy near me, it'll show you what stores have it, or it can order it for you. And
there's the way we looked it up was on an app called Wine Searcher. And then Wine Searcher, once you're on there, you can put what state you're in, zip code, and it'll narrow down closer to where you are. And that's how you can find it.
Definitely worth the try. I'm glad that we got to try it. Thank you for sharing it with us, Ray. This was Ray's pick and find.
I got this from my rep at MS Walker, so they're the ones who carry it locally.
Very good. Portuguese wine, I think, is overlooked. People don't realize, they think sangria, 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 and they don't realize that there's a lot of excellent red and white Portuguese bottles that are usually very reasonable, too. I mean, this one's a little pricier, but you can get some really good ones very inexpensively.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you carry Portuguese wines at your store?
Of course.
Average prices?
Most of what I carry is anywhere from 8 to 18. I don't have too many higher prices. I think my most expensive Portuguese bottle right now might be like 25.
Well, we'll have to try that one sometime too.
Mm.
But I have had Portuguese white. Vinho Verde, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
See? And it's good. For people who are always Pinot Grigio, this, that, and the other, I say you should try some Portuguese whites. I've liked them. They're lighter and enjoyable. And, I mean, sometimes there are a couple of liquor stores, even in Roselle Park, there was that one on Chestnut Street that used to sell a lot of Portuguese wine, $3, $4, $5 a bottle. And I used to buy them sometimes just to say, wonder what this tastes like. I can't believe it's so inexpensive. And they were good, drinkable. So venture out. Look for Portuguese wines. Next time you're shopping, think of us. And get in touch with us. Send us a message if you have questions, if you want recommendations. We're here.
And you could always see our reviews on Wine Away with Corey and Ray on Instagram and Facebook, and maybe one day some kind of website.
Right. And hopefully we'll be back in the TV studio. If we can't because of COVID, we're going to still keep figuring it out and being innovative and coming to you the best way that we can.
At our mom's house.
With our new studio equipment.
Well, like we always say, good wine.
Good life. Good friends. Good food. Great times.
Good God.